What's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. And as always, hopefully you're in the market and not trying to time the market because that is simply impossible to do. And hopefully you're not still straddling the fence and you are investing into appreciating assets to include yourselves. So let's get into the news today. So it says the S&P 500 NASDAQ soar. Lead Dow higher as Senate vote lifts hope for end to U.S. shutdown that's costing millions and millions of dollars. And the money that I'm not being paid as a federal employee, a dedicated federal employee at that. But this is not about me, so let's get into the news. So it says tech stocks led a roaring start to Wall Street's week, with investor spirits boosted by Congress taking a big step toward ending the record-breaking government shutdown that has clouded the picture of the economy. The tech-heavy NASDAQ surged 2.2% to close back within striking distance of its all-time high. The S&P 500 climbed about 1.5%, and the Dow rose 0.8%. So today was a good day. So markets have turned upbeat amid optimism that the 39-day U.S. shutdown could soon come to an end after a weekend of deal-making in Washington. A new bill quickly advanced in a key Senate procedural vote overnight Sunday after enough Democrats joined with Republicans to avoid a filibuster. So hopefully you guys did not sell last week when the market was going down, because things are bouncing back. Just know this about the market. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. And so with the way that things are going now with technology, I would advise you to be into the stock market for the long term. 10, 15, 20 years or more. Not or more. 10, 15, 20 years and more. Right? Because in my opinion, wealth is more appreciated over time, not quickly. As you grapple with and understand money, you would know, you will start to learn that money is something that you do not want a lot of too quickly. You don't want a lot of it dumped on you, especially because you don't know what to do with it. If you're trying to figure out how to invest, what do you think you're going to do with millions of dollars if it just dropped in your lap? How are you going to invest it? You don't know. So what do most people do? Most broke people who get money spend money. So that's why you have a lot of people who are entertainers, who are athletes, who are lottery winners. Not all of them, but a lot of them, they end up losing their wealth because they still have a broke mindset. So just remember that. So just stay in the market for the long term, because this technology is moving at a rapid pace. They're looking into the future, and if you're paying attention to what these companies are doing, they're planning for the future. So a lot of money is going to be made and invested over time. So remember that. So let's get back to the news. The prolonged shutdown has taken a toll on consumer confidence and the overall economy, with consumer sentiment dropping to just above record lows. Meanwhile, it has disrupted federal services and delayed the release of key economic data, complicating the Federal Reserve's policymaking and Wall Street's calculations. The Consumer Price Index and Producer Price Index inflation updates due this week are set to be the latest victims, even if the shutdown does end this week. Please end this week. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, next up for the bill is a vote for final passage in the chamber, though its fate in the House remains uncertain. While it would reopen the government through January 30th, among other funding provisions, the deal lacks any immediate vote on the extension of health care subsidies earlier demanded by Democrats. The moves higher come after a bumpy week on Wall Street, which saw the worst tech sell-off since April, with the likes of Nvidia struggle to make headway amid persistent worries about an AI bubble and overbaked valuations. I wouldn't worry about this AI bubble. Again, technology and AI is moving us into the future. And there's no one competing with Nvidia. There's no one competing with Palantir. There's no one competing with Amazon. There's no one competing with Microsoft. There's no one competing with Meta. There's no one competing with Google. There's no one competing with what's the other one? Did I say Amazon already? Yeah, the Magnificent Seven. Well, Palantir is not a part of the Magnificent Seven. But either way, AI, Tesla. Yeah, no one's competing with Tesla and what Elon Musk is doing, and with that $6 trillion package that he has with his company now. But yeah, look into the future, people. Invest for the long haul. Dollar cost average into the stock market. Once you get out of debt and you create your budget, once you take care of your four walls, your transportation, your housing, your food, so on and so forth. I know that was only 3, but you get what I'm saying. Once you take care of everything and you have no debt, now you have a certain amount of money that you invest every month. Invest for the long haul. Just keep doing it over time. And that compounding interest that builds up, the dividends that are going to be paid from some of your stocks, so on and so forth, it will add up over time. And when you retire, you're going to be sitting comfortably on a very solid foundation. But first you have to get started. And if you're in a lot of debt, you need to get out of debt, people, because debt is keeping you in place. Debt creates a lot of fears and worries about things that aren't even a problem yet. But because you're worrying about it now, it will become a problem in the future. You attract what you think, in my opinion. If you're worried all the time, you're going to continue to worry. If you think that you're never going to invest, then you probably won't invest. If you think you're going to be poor all of your life, then you will be poor all of your life. If you think that you deserve better, then create a plan to bring about the goodness that you want in life. You are the creator of your life experience. Remember that. Anywho, Nvidia shares surged nearly 6% on Monday, while others in big tech follow suit, with the likes of Tesla and Google both rising over 3%. This week, investors will turn their attention to dwindling spree of corporate earnings, with tech releases from CoreWeave, Rocket Lab, and entertainment sectors like Disney and Paramount, Skydance. So yeah, what was that? Okay. So let's see what the market did today. Let's go over a few stocks. So Nvidia did have a nice gain today. They're gaining back a lot of what was lost. They gained $10.90 today, closing out at $199.05. Remember, Nvidia was as low as 188. So if any of you were out there and you hadn't invested in Nvidia, it would have been great if you had bought the stock at 188 last week. You would have gained $11 today. Well, $10.90 today. Broadcom gained $8.96 today, closing out at $358.39. FTEC, Information Technology ETF, gained $5.73. So that shows you how well the tech companies did today. FTEC closed at $232.66. SPYM gained $1.23 today. Big, closing out at $80.16. Tesla gained $15.71 today, closing out at $445.23. Palantir gained $15.68 today, closing out at $193.61. Meta gained $10.05 today, closing out at $631.76. Yeah. Yeah. As you can see, I'm weighted in tech stocks. So I'm looking at, I need to diversify my portfolio a little bit more. Thinking about getting into some energy stocks, things dealing with nuclear energy, because those are the things that are going to be powering these NVIDIA chips that are these servers that are going to be ran by these companies. It's going to take a lot of power. So, hey, if any of you know of any good stocks, put them in the comments. All right, so I'm going to end this video. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think, if you think anything at all. And as always, get out of debt, people. Get out of personal loan debt. Get out of credit card debt. Get out of student loan debt. Get out of all forms of debt, because debt is holding you back. Debt does not allow you to invest the money that you're working so hard for. Why do you work as hard as you do to not be able to have your money work for you? Your money will outwork you any day. My money outworked me yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but today. In the stock market, your money can double, triple, quadruple in these investments if you invest properly, or if you have an investment planner or a manager investing your money properly. Your money will outwork you any day. Your money will still work even after you're gone. Yeah, you don't even have to be here. There are people that are gone and their money's still working for them, but for their family. But they were the ones that created it. So that created the forward moving progress. So yeah, just know that your money can outwork you. So start investing your money, people. Start dollar cost averaging into the stock market a certain amount, and do it for the long term, and you will make money. Will there be downturns and negative days in the market where you look like you're losing money? Yes. But I will say this, and I said this in my last video, and then I'm going to end this. There were big losses last week. There were big losses even in April. But my faith didn't waver, because the losses that I took were gains. It wasn't my principal amount of money. It wasn't the money that I invested that I was losing. I was losing I was losing the profits that I had already made in my account. Just like last week, I was losing profits. And what happened today? I gained almost half of my profits back. I'm not losing the actual principal amount of money that I invest. So, and that's what happens over the long term as you invest. Unless there's like a crash like 2008 where people lost a lot when they weren't diversified, or they weren't carrying any cash. Yeah, but I wasn't investing then, so I don't know what the losses were. But either way, here nor there. Just remember that. But disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one. So any and all information on my channel is for entertainment purposes only. So please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your hard-earned money. All right, so you guys take care. Have a blessed day.